Welcome to this video, everyone. Simon here from the Whales of Wall Street. Today's topic, Ethernity chain. That is ERN on the exchange. Before we go into the chart, we will quickly just have a look at some updates from this awesome NFT marketplace blockchain project. I think this one has seen some good movements in the chart in terms of today, and we'll find out why that might be. And let's go straight into it, guys. So a couple of things here. So the Marino Nft Tokens and assets became available last week, or the weekend just gone. They are doing quite well. We'll go into that in a second. But as you can see, they do some really cool virtual ones which actually update with statistics after each match as well. So they automatically update your NFT holding, which is really cool. One other thing here, Ethernity Chain has announced Wintermute as their official makers partner. Okay, so this is really good news. So Winter are actually one of the largest. I think they've something like $5 billion worth of volume. I don't know if it was per day. Yeah, daily volume. So a leading algorithmic market maker in digital assets. So this is a massive partner for Ethernity to really push the DeFi and the NFT space to the next level for these guys. I truly believe that. So I'm not sure exactly the date it's like fully going over, but I know the partnership's been announced, and then it's just a question really of getting the projects that Ethernity have as much as possible throughout the exchange of Wintermute. So I think it's a really important move for them. So there's that bit of news as well. So it's loads of cool stuff going on. This stone supply, so this is relating to this area here where you lock your ERN tokens to farm stones. You will be able to use these stones to redeem exclusive NFTs. What are we looking at here in this aspect? Well, some big items in my opinion. Me being a big football fan, my team isn't involved in this. We're not doing too great. I support Spurs. So there's some really cool NFTs being dropped over the next few days. In particular, of course, if you're a basketball fan, the LA Lakers, gigantic basketball team, of course. I'm not sure what the NFTs will be. It could be objects of maybe like the actual ball itself. It could be players. It could be stadium. I don't know. And that's the exciting thing about it. But what I do know is that this nice selection here has got big powerhouses. These guys, by the way, if you don't know Manchester City, they're a bunch of plastics. So basically, they purchase their fans and they buy everything. PSG are pretty much the same thing, but the French version of it. So this game here is kind of like the money game. Who's got the most money? But they are good players in each team, of course. We had Lionel Messi join recently the PSG team, so of course that's probably going to be something related to it, because Ethernity Chain, if you watched any of our previous videos, did a massive metaverse drop on this, so there's no doubt in my mind there's probably something related to that. Billy Joel and the Madison Square Garden, so that's a big match there as well. And then you've got Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool, so really nice traditional teams. Liverpool, of course, massive here in the UK, and Atletico being one of the big growers in the Spanish league over the last few seasons. Got one player from us a previous few seasons ago, Trippier, so I won't go into detail what he did a year or so ago, but they've got a great team, and they're going to be pushing for sure Barcelona and Real Madrid this year. There's no doubt about it. And then finally, big, massive NFL game here at my favourite stadium in the world. At least we've got something right. We've got a very good stadium. October 17th coming up, Miami Dolphins versus Jacksonville Jaguars. So there's loads of stuff going throughout October, November. Unfortunately, nothing, I think, in September. But it's a chance to get involved in anticipating and accumulating stones in time for these potential matches and games, etc. So really cool stuff going on there. I really like the presentation of this, and I really like the way that they're going about the way they do this. So there's a nice little trailer here of stones, oddly enough. So get yourselves onto the platform here. start getting your ERN added into here as well. In terms of where you can buy ERN, Binance hold ERN at the moment, and that's what we use for the chart data. There are a couple of other ones as well, which we can go into in a second too. So that's kind of like a few updates from Ethernity Chain. Let's just quickly check the marketplace over. I will pause this video before my processor of my laptop dies. There we go. So obviously we've had the Marino NFT drops recently. Some of them have gone completely. Some of them still got quite a few left available. But again, like I said, some of these do update automatically. So people might be buying these later on. It's just something to think about. But yeah, I mean, most of them are going quite well. Most of them go for quite good amounts of money. I mean, let's just take a look at this one, for example. So we have had 500 available, I think. And what's really cool about this, you can go into detail of who's purchased them, how much for, 2 ETH. So yeah, I mean, there's good money going into some of these, We had the Dak Prescott one recently as well, of course. So go check out these stats, go and check out the information. It's really interesting to see these. Let's just take a look at the some of the Marino epic ones as well. So yeah, not too bad. It's not a bad day's work, is it? By the way, these artists are fantastic who put these together. Really, really clever. Very nice development coding to be able to do that. Very envious of their ability to do something like that. So fair play to them. But yeah, there's majority of these are NFL. Of course, they do basketball, boxing. Some film ones are coming soon as well. I think we've got Bruce Lee dropping as well. Quite recently, but what I'm personally interested in is seeing like soccer for you guys in America or football over here, because I think that's just gigantic. And if they start doing Premier League elements, then I think there's a race for that. You've got Chili's, of course, that do something similar. There's other NFT platforms, of course, as well. But whoever gets Premier League, licensing status, in my opinion, they're going to be one of the big winners of that for sure. So guys, that's a quick update on the Ethernity Chain. If you're not used to this project, go and check out our intro video, which I'll leave at the end of this one. But definitely, if you're interested in collectibles and NFTs, especially in the sporting arenas, it's definitely one for you, absolutely. So let's switch over to the chart, and we'll see where we are. Before we do, if you find this video informative, please press that big thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, because we don't just cover Ethernity, we try and cover any and everything possible in the time that I can. So ERN, here we go. We actually put 3 buy opportunities in here, and we hit all 3 of them. Amazing. Would we go down another level? That is potentially a possibility. I am going to draw one in for you guys that, do you know what? I don't actually hold ERN, and I was waiting for drops. And these are ones that I put in as potential buy opportunities. I'm actually tempted at this point. But I'm also going to look at something just slightly lower if I can find maybe this kind of area. Maybe like $8.7 could be a possibility around that kind of area. Let's just put that in properly for you guys so you can see it, and then maybe I can adjust the... Yeah, I think actually, it's pretty much bang. Okay, right, so let's go with this red line. That's spot on then. So I think this could be a good opportunity then for a potential buy. Maybe just slightly over, so just like slightly under $9. So you might want to, if not financial advice obviously, but actually I'm going to put some in. After this video, I'm going to go on Binance and put some in around 8.87 I'm going for. There we go. So let's think about that. But to be honest, guys, I think in the longevity of this project, obviously there's not much data on the Binance one, but this has been going on longer. There is fantastic opportunity for us both to get back to that all-time high in maybe a month or so's time, as we hit that bull run towards November, December, hopefully. And I think this could be absolutely phenomenal. I think they'll have more and more drops, and especially like maybe nearer the times of these ones that we just showed you in terms of the matches and stuff. It's a really good opportunity to start accumulating and getting ready for them, as you've seen some of the prices of some of these NFTs going for. It's not for maybe Joe Blogg's money sometimes, so like you might want to try to save up for them and start accumulating ERN as much as you can. I think you have to like convert the ERN into Ethereum to buy them. Hopefully, I'm hoping ERN move away from Ethereum at some point, because I think a lot of the NFT platforms and stuff are relying on older chains like Ethereum, and I think more people are going to get more benefit, obviously, on cheaper chains, quicker chains. So I would like to see that development going somewhere else at some point, but of course it's still new. It's still early days for this kind of aspect. So it's understandable, but yeah, if you are a collector and you love sport, you can't really put value on anything, in my opinion. And it's the same with anything, really. As I mentioned before, like even silly things for me, like my N64, my SNES, all the games that I have for them still, my Pokemon cards, I probably would never sell them. It's kind of like, well, why have you got them then? Like, if you're not going to sell them and you're just not even using them, why have you got them? It's just because they're mine, because I like them. And then maybe one day I might sell them off. Maybe I go into a museum, who knows? All I know is they all work and they're in pristine condition, and I love them. So this drop here to what we've gone down to now is 60. This lower level that I put in here doesn't quite accumulate to 70 yet. I mean, what I tend to say is you usually get between 30 and 70% drops. I mean, look at this. So we just got about 25, 35, and then pretty much all the way down. I mean, 70 would be all the way down here. Would it come down to that? Of course, that's a possibility. We've had several support and resistance areas around this in the history. So I'll leave that there for now, but let's just take a look. So that's still around 60, 65%. As we just hit 60, I think these are reasonable points, and people get so annoyed when it comes down. Well, the only reason you'd get annoyed is if you didn't take profits along the way and take advantage on the way down. Nothing goes up permanently. So there's two ways to look at this. You can have an opportunity to keep accumulating in drops and boost your portfolio, or you can do the trade game. Again, not financial advice, but take profits along the way in percentage increments. When you get to that top level, you can obviously kind of see that interaction happening with things like the MACD switching over, the widening of the gap, if you like, of this as well. Let me just zoom in so you know what I'm talking about. So you see here, for example, where it might just maybe tailed off and we might start taking off, and then of course Bitcoin happened. So these kind of things you need to take into play as well. But imagine if you took profits along this way and you were coming back down, potentially within that sort of area. Yeah, it's a great opportunity to accumulate things without having to put your own money in. So that's just a thought at this stage. So we're just currently floating around $10.9. Where are we going from here? In fact, I need to move my fib retracement over, because that's the last time I think we did a video on Ethereum was maybe a week ago, ERN. So we're just floating this back over here. So where do we need to go, guys? Well, in my opinion, we need to get a close over this $10 mark. If we can do that, we might get some sideways action and start pushing up. I think this is one of those big projects that, yes, of course, it has some market reflection in general, but I think what it does itself, because, especially in the collector's items and the rarities of some of them, etc., and just it's a niche market. Sometimes it can do different things to the rest of the market as well. So we've seen a good progress today, and that's kind of nice to see, in the sense that it's perhaps where we did put that previous buy opportunity. This may be a support level, and if we can get a close over this over the next 24-48 hours at this level around $9.8, then that might be good news in terms of coming back up quicker than we anticipated. But we've just got to keep an eye on it. Okay, so what you're going to have as well is people taking profits on this section here. Okay, so you need to just bear that in mind. And you can see as well where we put the other buy option up here, which we hit. We have had some resistance today already around these areas, so just got to be careful. So I would say in the next 48 hours, it's really interesting to see where we would go. I'm not anticipating a full ride up straight away now, or even a straight drop. We just got to anticipate that we're testing now. Okay, we're in a testing period over the next couple of days to determine what's happening with ERM. And what we'll do is, as this develops over the next 2-3 days, I will do another video. I won't wait a week again, but I'll do another video for those that are interested, to basically confirm that. And we've got a bit of a reduction here just today. I know it's not the end of the day yet, but we have a reduction on the histogram, which is suggesting very slowly that the selling volumes are reducing. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. RSI is at a very nice buying opportunity, in my opinion. I do tend to look for things between 35 and 40 on RSI, and then I tend to sell in incremental percentages 70 and above. So it's a good indicator on that aspect to figure out what to do in your trading ideas if that's the way you're going. So yeah, I would be happy and comfortable to probably bag a few ERN personally at this stage. But in my back of my mind, I will also hold some stable coin back just in case for this area too. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit, but at least we've got some down here before a nice rise up. And I do believe like by the time we got to mid-October and maybe even like towards the end of November, we will start being above that all-time high for sure. So I think, yeah, maybe like the middle of October, towards maybe the third week, we could be back up here. So let's keep an eye on that as well. Guys, let us know if you're holding ERN in the comments below. Have you got any of the NFTs, more interestingly? Which ones have you got? I'm really interested to hear that. And let us know your price prediction for ERN, and we will cover that in the next video. And I'll pull out some of the fun comments of price predictions in that one too. And I'll even tag you in the chart of where you think the price will be. And whoever wins, I think we're going to do a ledger giveaway at some point, so that'll be really cool. Guys, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.